Hey everyone, so let's talk about wall walks. Okay, number one is why would we be introducing wall walks? One is to basically get used to the idea of walking upside down. Okay, being in an upside down position can build a lot of shoulder strength, also wrist strength, and the wall walk is a great exercise for strengthening your core as well. Okay, as I'm going to be showing you. It's also a way to get over some fears and to progress and do a movement that we used to do when we were kids. Okay, so if you all remember, when we were kids, we would always flip upside down on a wall or something like that. So being in that position kind of helps us overcome certain fears, and it's definitely something that we can do even as adults. So it brings us back a little bit to our childhood, and it's a fun way to be able to include some progression and learning new movements and positions inside our workouts. Okay, so number one is the fear of being upside down, being able to support our weight, and our wrist buckling is definitely valid. It's something that we need to progress towards. So building enough shoulder strength, shoulder stability to be able to hold ourselves up. Remember, we have to push ourselves up and stay in a proper stacked position. Okay, and also having a tight core or a strong core to be able to not buckle at the midsection. Okay, and that's where the wall walk comes in handy. All right, so definitely going from never doing it into doing a full wall walk is not recommended. Take your time and go step by step. So number one is going to be mobilizing the wrists, okay, and strengthening the wrists. So whenever we do something like that, it's a good idea to do some wrist stretches, okay, including going forward, okay. You can also do this in a plank position to build a little bit of wrist strength and stability. You're going to go fingers towards your knees as well and lean back. You're going to go palms up with your fingers facing your knees. Okay, that's okay at the beginning. If you're really tight, if your elbows are bent, that's also fine. Okay, and you can also push up like so. Okay, also making fists with your knuckles down, working on all the angles. Okay, now from this position, if you have problems getting into a plank position and you're not able to get into a proper plank position with your belly button towards your spine, okay, you may want to practice that before getting into this next position, but you can work your way towards it as well and see where you situate yourself. So the first step is getting into a plank position. Actually, before the plank position is getting your foot up against the wall, okay, and lying down on your chest, hands underneath your armpits, slightly out, okay? So underneath your shoulders, have the special guest here. Special guest. Okay, so hands just outside of your chest, underneath your shoulders, just below your armpits. Okay, from this position here, we will push up into a plank position. Okay, so if you have problems with a standard push-up, it's okay. You can kind of worm your way up, but as long as you can get inside a plank position. Okay, the next step here is to put one foot up on the wall. Okay, you can go a little bit lower too, and then your next foot. This is all you can do. Okay, staying in that plank position and not bending at the hip. Step back down. Chest back down to the floor. That could be one rep. Okay, so pushing up, foot up, back down. Okay, so that would be step number one. Step number two, as soon as you get into that plank position like I was, with your feet up on the wall, if I start walking up higher on the wall, I will have to start moving my hands towards the wall. Okay, so this is where shoulder strength, core stability really comes into play, right? I don't want to be putting myself in this position, okay, as much as possible. So as I'm walking up, I want to be able to walk my hands towards the wall as well. So starting off, chest on the ground, okay, pushing myself up, foot on the wall. As I walk my feet up, I want to bring my hands. And this is as far as I can go. Stay into a nice plank position, okay. I squeeze my butt, belly button towards my spine, and then I can start walking my way back down. And chest back onto the floor. Okay? From this position, if I want to go continue, okay, as I overcome the fear of being upside down, okay, push up, foot on the wall, walk my hands towards the wall, step by step. Squeeze my butt. And that would be a full wall walk. All right, as I'm regaining a little bit, my face is all red. Yeah, so that would be the progression for a wall walk, okay? Don't rush it, but experiment with it, have fun. Okay, we need, for the wall walk, good shoulder stability. You want to be pushing yourself up, stacking your hands over or under your elbow, shoulder, and hips, okay? Whether it's diagonally and as you walk towards the wall, okay? We don't want to be in a pike position walking up, okay? We don't want to be in a bent position either. Okay, pike position would be better than a bent position. Okay, you don't want to extend. You want to be able to do that if you have to. Okay, example. Okay, progression as we're trying to overcome our fear of being upside down, but maybe our core is not at the point to stay straight. Okay, you would try to stay as straight as possible. Here, if you want to try to go a little bit higher, you can kind of pike slightly your hip and walk back down. Okay, so that's another progression that you could do to practice and to overcome your fear. Okay, but as much as possible inside the workout, we want to try to keep our core nice and tight and a straight line through our heels all the way to our shoulders and head. Okay, if you guys have any questions, please let us know, and we'll be there to help you out.